Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another beautiful fall day in my garden. I am just looking to see what plants have some things that are ready for me to harvest and just kind of go from there. I did want to come up here and show you these quick sprouting radishes that I had planted. I planted these that was on Monday. Today is Thursday, and in 4 days, look at the sprouts. I love it. I love it. I love it. And so those will be ready. Those are the some more cherry bells that are going to be ready in about 25 to 30 days. So I'm excited for them. They're already sprouting. So today I'm looking to do more of my mustard greens and whatever else is ready in the garden. I want to start blanching them for the holidays, and just the more you start to harvest them, the more you'll get. So I got a couple of them spread out. So I decided, let's go ahead and do some quick little harvesting. These here are my pull it back a little bit. These here are my Japanese giant mustards, purple mustards. So I'm just gonna take a few of this. This is so pretty. I hate even harvesting it, but I didn't grow it for the look. I grew it so that we can have this. And notice that I am pulling the bottom leaves. See that new growth in there? It's just going to continue to grow there. So I'm just going to pull this from the bottom and let it continue to grow. I like them this big. Some people like to harvest them small. Not me. I'm just going to give it a little haircut here and let it continue to grow. So we can get some more. But I'm excited for them. And I'm just going to blanch them. All right. So I'm going to leave some of those bigger ones there. This is another of that same plant. I'm going to take some of that one too. Just put this in my little basket. That was some little tomatoes that I saw there. So I'm going to grab a few of these so this can continue to do what it does. And I see the bugs are trying to get to this before me, so I definitely got to start harvesting. You know what? Let me take these bottom leaves off. They're not looking too good. I'm just going to take them off anyway and allow this plant to start growing again. Look at mosquitoes trying to land on me right here. Oh, this one is a little tough. Normally I don't need my shears, but for that one I should have took my shears. All right. Put these in there. All right. Got a few slick mustard here. We're gonna take some of these too. So that we can blanch them and get them ready for the holiday. I could barely sleep last night thinking to myself, you know, you need to get out here and harvest some of these mustard greens before they start letting the animals get to them. So I said as soon as I had the opportunity today, I was going to get out here. So that's exactly what I'm doing. There we go. I'm just going to leave that right there. I'm going to take this one off because it doesn't look so hot, and I'm going to compost that. Well, it's a little disease. I won't compost, but I'll definitely pull it off. My basket is full from just this cute little plant, but it's not nearly full enough. All right. So we're going to go over to the, I guess I could ideally take some of these curly mustards too. In case you didn't know, I love mustard greens. Yeah, so these are the size that I like these to be. I'm gonna have my husband blanch them. He's better at that than I am. He's the chef in the house. I just grow it. Okay, so that's that plant there. That's the one we just harvested. I'm actually looking at this leaf here. It's actually bigger than I thought, so I'm gonna go ahead and take it. This one, the first one we did. When I walked over there, I said, oh wow, that looks a little too big to leave on there. Okay, and so does this one. So I'm gonna go ahead and take both of these and let it continue to grow. Okay, so right here's that basket. Okay, then we're gonna go over to my other set of mustard greens over here. Okay, so we got some more slick mustard here, some more purple there, and then we have some more slick mustard here. So I am going to probably take the slick mustard from here. They are indeed growing beautifully. And I just got these growing in a little 5-gallon bucket. I've been growing out this bucket for the last 7 years, I think. Okay. All right. Oh, and they smell so good when you pick them. So, let's put them in there. And this is off of 2 slick mustards, 2 Japanese, purple Japanese, and 1 curly. And I still have another set. I'll show you where they are. This is some more slick mustard here, but they're not quite ready yet. Okay, we're gonna go over here into the main outdoor garden and see what's ready over here. I see some turnips from right here that are ready, turnip greens. So let's see. Just let me show you my new door, by the way, I added. I saw this at Lowe's to keep my dogs from out of here, because when I'm not out here with them, they do too much. So I like this little addition that's added. It's definitely not going to keep out anything that you that is really aggressive, because it's really not meant for that. But as long as animals are not too intrusive, you'll be fine. I see squirrels have been over here in my garden digging. I'm just checking these here because I had a few, as you can tell, a few of the cabbage worms on here that I had to hand pick off, and I'm just double checking them because they did a number to my plant, and I feel like it's another one on here because of the way it's looking. And ain't no way it should still be looking like this if I got them, but I just feel like it's still over here somewhere. But I'll come back to these. But these are turnip greens here. This is my kohlrabi, and as you can tell, it's definitely something over here eating on them. So I've been doing my best to stay. Yep, I see something right here. See it? Yep, so we're gonna come back and get y'all. I hate not getting it right now, but I gotta stay focused. Okay. Why are these wilting? I just watered these. Makes me feel like something. Maybe it was a hot sun today because it was kind of hot. So I'm not going to pick these because they're really wilted. So I'll wait until they're back perky, so I'll come back out. This ideally should be perky like that. So I'm going to go ahead and water these. Then I'll come back out and get some of these. Same thing, because it looked like it was really hot today because I'm looking at the way the leaves are a little scorched. So I don't want to pick them when they look like this. So I'm just going to come out early in the morning and pick these and go from there. But normally my turnip greens and these slick mustards are standing up. This right here, the rain did wonders yesterday because this plant was not this big. This is cabbage, but I'm not going to pick that. Just want to show you that plant. And my collards here, just checking on them. These are the babies, but I can tell it's something trying to eat them because I've been doing everything I can to stay on them. So I did get the one I saw on these, but you got to wash your greens daily because the butterflies are out here and they are relentless. So those are my collards, which are doing fine. Just double checking on my radicchio while I'm here. This is some Palo Rosso radicchio, doing really well. Let me also check on some of my other brassicas like this. This is my snowball cauliflower. And if you can see that there, just trying to make sure these bugs stay off of it because, man. But I am about to go and check on that section over there. I'm gonna just double check really quickly in the greenhouse. I did have a few in there that I want to check on before I end this video. I'll close this little gate back. Gosh, I love this little gate. But I want to check. Got a few greens in here. I doubt if they're ready, but let me just check on them. Okay. So in here, the Palo Rosso radicchio looks pretty good. So everything in here, so my spinach, the giant spinach is huge. It's doing okay. Celery and everything is doing okay. I'm gonna come in here and water it. Broadleaf spinach. Broadleaf. My broadleaf mustard greens are doing okay in here. So I like the way these are growing, more on the smaller side. But I'm not going to pick those just yet. I took some of the ones off. I'm trying to let them get a certain size before I start picking them. But this is the area that I can control more with the bugs in here, obviously. But the one I couldn't control too well was these turnips. These turnips had a bunch of aphids at the bottom. So these I had to treat and spray. I had to because it was, I sprayed with neem oil on these. So, but other than that, everything else is looking okay. I'm just double checking everything else before I go out here and clear these insects off of my turnip greens out here. So, other than that, everything is looking good. I'm going to come back and do a Brussels sprouts update to show you these Brussels sprouts on here. I started this plant back in March. It's now October. Brussels aren't quite ready yet because it stayed in the greenhouse. I do have one outdoors in my raised beds, and I kept one in here. I'm doing a little experiment to see how well it grows. But for the most part, I like the way it grows in the greenhouse. So for future reference for this, this particular variety of Brussels sprouts, I'm going to definitely grow it in my greenhouse only. because the one out there, they both were planted at the same time, and this one by far has the most growth. It's been consistent temperatures, shielded from extreme everything, so good for me to note on that. But otherwise, everything else in here is doing pretty good. I'm just trying to see how much things can last in here. I don't have a heater in here. I do have a heater, but it's not on in here. Just like I didn't have my fan in here in the summertime. I just kind of vented the windows. Right now, they're all closed just to keep this moderate, consistent temperature. But for the most part, all of my brassicas look really well in here. This broccoli, this is one I brought from outside. Look at it. But I'm trying to bring it back. If I can, I can. But most of the brassicas, all the broccoli down here, the kohlrabi, cabbages over there, everything is looking much better in here. And some of these were in here probably mid-July to now, started from seed. So I'm impressed with the way that they're growing in here, and I think this is the way I'm gonna keep them going. In that bed right there, I just pulled some carrots and I just replanted the radish there. I'm gonna amend that bed right here, this rectangular bed, put some more radish in there. But I also wanted to do an update on that. Also, really quickly, this plant right here, I've had this tomato plant since maybe May, and it was dying, coming back. And I was assuming that this plant loved sun, because most tomatoes do. But if you can see how healthy it is, it doesn't. It likes shade. And that's surprising to me, because I wasn't expecting that. So I kept wondering, it was sitting up here where it was getting more sun in the summertime, and it was dying all the time. And I got very few tomatoes from it. So I said, well, I was going to actually pull it. I said, well, let me just put it under here for now. Let me give it a little TLC, a little shade, some nutrients, and water it. And, if it doesn't come back, fine. And I forgot about it. I kept doing the watering and, fertilizing with everything else, but I forgot to move it back to the sun. And I realized it didn't like it. So this is truly, I'm shocked by it. I didn't realize that it did not like that. So you can see there's new buds everywhere. And this is October. And these over here were planted accidentally, but they're the same type. And they're over here in the shade at the bottom of my greenhouse. So let me show you. So it's all the way over there in the corner, one on both sides. And they love it. But this one here is getting full sun, does not love it so much. So I'm going to move this one to the shade as well, because I thought that it would love the sun, because that's what I thought about tomato plants. But I'm going to go ahead and water this one and see what becomes of it. So yeah, I did not realize that. But it looks so beautiful and healthy, and I'm excited about that. So with that being said, I'm going to go out here and tend to these brassicas that were outside, and this one was out there like that one versus the ones that were in here, and get these cabbage worms and other caterpillars off of them. But this is today's yield today. I'm going to pull more later, but this is what I got today. I'm excited about it. There's a few tomatoes that are blushing over there that I'm going to go ahead and grab and add to it, but for the most part, this is good for me to start blanching. I like to mix all of my mustards and turnips together, and so for the first harvest of the fall, I'm excited. But other than that, thank you for spending a little time with me on this little brief mustard green harvest. There's a couple green beans over here I'm going to grab, and little things like that. But for the most part, I came out here for the mustards, and I can't complain. All right. Good evening, y'all. Have a good night.